Now we reach the HTML code portion, where I recommend you to be at least familiar with basic HTML structure and syntax. As you see, the script tag ends and the body of the HTML tag where the objects go begins. At this point, you can also use a tag called the style tag that will allow you to set various properties like the font type and background color and events like mouse move and keyboard activities. But about the most important object tag that I use is the form name equal tag, which will allow me to link my subroutine commands, the script commands at the top, to the HTML object down here at the bottom, such as the HTML buttons or the text box. And I call my form name GUI. And let's see, now when you move further down, you can see there's more other text there. I'll skip past this other code, which is table width and various other. These are like they're more so making the page look pretty and allowing color and some background and dimension sizes of the table. What I'll do here is move down to the statement called table 2 single list box. Below that, I have established a table tag with an ID and all kinds of background colors and stuff. I've also established a table row TR tag, and I also have a TD or table data element tag. All these tags are pretty much squares that will allow me to put the the objects of the list box and all kinds of other stuff within a table that is very structured. I create my first list box with the select statement tag, and I give it a name equals LST values. Now it becomes a property of the form I call GUI. Now remember, in the VBScript, I created that SQL str string, and I set it to equal the document.gui.lstvalues.value. So now that VBScript string has a direct connection to this HTML select statement tag and all the data that's going to be in it. And I put data in it by using the option tag statement. And what I want is a SQL select statement to retrieve data in three different types of orders. As you can see, I have the option value equals select and asterisk, the star, which I'm getting everything from the database, where the database where the table is named ANSI, where ANSI.ID, and ID is one of the attributes of the table, is ordered by the last name. And then I have another option value that selects pretty much exactly what I just said, but this time it's ordered by first name. And I have another option value that does exactly the same. It selects all the same stuff, but this time it's ordered by the ID. So I got three different things going on, and it'll be able to bring back three different types of it'll be able to organize the data in three different fashions. And after that, I do a / select, and I end that whole select statement. Next, I'll need a button, and it's very simplistic to make, and I'll do this by using the input tag. I'll just point out the most important aspects of the input tag, which is first you give it a type, which is called button, because that's the object I want, button. A name, and in this case I just named it btn_showValues. And then you have to set its onClick event property to a native VBScript command. And the command uses a header, and it starts VBS : then you give it the name of the subroutine at the top that you want. In that case, the subroutine is show value. And notice that the parentheses after the show values that follows, and those parentheses goes the name of the above list box, the LST value. Thus, the options from the list box, the SQL stuff, all that SQL select statements, is what gets sent to the SQL data source. And whenever you send it there, it'll grab that particular order by name, by first name, by last name, or by ID, and it will return it. And I want it returned to a container so I can look at it. So what I'm going to do is go down to where it says company listing. I have a select statement called named listbox1, which will create my listbox objects. And then you go down the next statement, you'll see style, and I set my width and my font and all that. But notice that you also see another tag called multiple at the end. What that will do, that'll allow me to fill the list box with all the rows of data from the data source, and it'll allow me to do that dynamically. And afterwards, then you see I close it with the option tag. Close the option with, I have something called option 1. And the reason why I put that in there, that was a test to make sure the option select the list box was actually working with some data in it. And afterwards, I do a forward select statement, and I end that whole tag. Now, before I run the application, I want to go back to the original VBScript up at the top, the VBScript sub called show values. And you see the statement clear list box 1. What that does is makes a call back to the sub clear underscore list box 1 right there above it. And in that sub, I created a little do loop routine that removes old data from the list box. So if you selected something by ID, the next time you select something by first name or last name, it will clear the previous data and give you a brand new data that you need. So I'm going to fire this application up, and you see the company listing left box over there is empty except for the option word, which I set as a test, as I said earlier. And now you'll see drop down box to the left, and what I'm going to do is select by ID, and when I select the name select name button, as you can see, the data will come out. Look to on your right hand side, you'll see the data will come out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those the right hand side of all those names, that right there, that numeric system is the ID, the name by the ID field. Next is select by the last name, and when I click select name button, what will happen is the data will now be in order by last name. As you see, I have the CA, and then it goes to CO, then it goes to HA and HE, and etc. So that's pretty much essentially it. VB scripting can be fun and very useful. I've used it for clients who've needed complicated ETL projects, all the way to clients who've only needed basic HTML forms. Well, that's all the time that I have for this segment. But please email me if you have any questions. And you can also go to my site to download some of my examples. Thanks so much for watching.